Haunting farewell. James's mom had passed away peacefully 3 days ago. She'd been ill for some time, but always seemed to recover. At 87, she'd been doing pretty well for herself. At her request, they had not held a funeral and had cremated her body and not collected the ashes. James was in the kitchen of his girlfriend Tessa's house, boiling the kettle for tea. Chester, their Maltese poodle, suddenly started growling, staring directly at the cupboards as if he saw something they couldn't. Suddenly a mug tipped off the table and smashed on the floor. "Chester, stop!" James yelled more loudly than he'd meant to at their pup. He was highly interested in ghosts, but this was far too close to home. Chester continued staring threateningly at the cupboards, growling and barking with all his strength his little body could muster. "Nope, it can't be," James yelled as he darted off to the lounge and hid behind Tessa, telling her what had just happened. "Oh, wow," Tessa exclaimed. "We've always wanted to do some ghost hunting, and now that we have our own resident ghost, you're freaked out." "Yes, honey, you know my mom was a very superstitious woman. All her life, if she did not understand something, she would say it's evil. Now imagine how she's responding to being dead. If anyone from the other side came to fetch her, she'd probably curse them and try to chase them away with her slipper. 'Begone, demon,' she would have yelled, even if it was Jesus himself." "That's so true. Oh my gosh, James, how can we get through to her to cross over into the light then? Do you think she can see us?" "I think she can, especially knowing that Chester can see her. She's probably going crazy thinking we're all ignoring her, so she's probably making Chester bark to get our attention. Maybe we need to do a voice recording to see if we can pick up anything." "Okay, for now I'm going to record from my cell phone. You ask her questions." "Mom, are you here? If you are, say hello, and Tessa's phone should pick it up. Did you cross over to heaven, not just visiting?" "Mom, you do know you died 3 days ago." Just then a curtain rail dropped off its hook, making Chester bark ferociously, and Tess and James jumped backwards and squealed like a couple of girls being thrown into an ice-cold lake. "Let's listen to the playback," Tess whispered loudly as she clicked on the video in her phone gallery. After the first question, "Mom, are you here?" If you ask hello and Tess's phone should pick it up, they heard a lot of static, and then a "Yes, here. Hello, here." The next question, "Did you cross over to heaven and are just visiting?" "Stay here. Man. Odd. Demon." The third question, "Mom, you do know you died 3 days ago?" "Not dead. Stop joking. Go away, man." Tess and James stared at each other in shock. Your mom is more stubborn than ever. Whoever tried to fetch her is having a hard time. Maybe we need to hold some kind of funeral to let her see she really is gone. Tess and James set up a few candles on the dining room table, picked some fresh roses from their garden with some snippets of fresh lavender. They placed a photo of James's mom on the table with a card that said, "Rest in peace," with her birth date and death date clearly written. They placed her favorite sherry on the table with 3 glasses and sat at the table. Chester was on the couch amusing himself with a doggy treat. James poured a small tot of sherry in each of the 3 glasses, while Tess lit all the candles. It was starting to get dark outside, so they only left the kitchen light on to ensure it didn't affect the glow of the candles in the dining room. James raised his glass. "Mom, this is to celebrate your life and to say thank you for being in my life. Sadly, you died a few days ago, and it's left a huge gap in my life. But life goes on for us, just as death takes you on more adventures in heaven. Happy travels, Mom. I will see you again one day." With a clink of his glass on Tessa's and also on the glass he placed for his mom, he drank it down. A pure white little feather drifted in and landed on James's knee. "Look, I think your mom understands and is saying thank you." Just then a bee flew in, landed on the spare sherry glass, walked down the inside, seemed to drink a little, and flew off. Jess and James looked at each other in awe. "There are no words," Jess whispered, with a happy smile on her face as she saw a tear roll down James's cheek.